Hello guys, welcome back to this segment. I hope you're having a nice time. So I have some more interesting update regarding our team, and Tom Saintfiet obviously is in the update, and right now he's saying that he didn't demand 100K dollars per month from the NFF. He's in fact denying this accusation that there wasn't any time that he said it. His representative didn't say that to NFF, that all of these things is just something being cooked by the media. Again, before you rush and say that I don't verify my news before I come here to talk about it, I do verify my news, and of course, I double check, triple check, from conventional media, and of course, people that are close to these stories that I know. So even though Tom Saintfeit has denied it, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It could have happened because for the news to go out on conventional media and for close sources to actually report that, it's definitely something cooking. But this man is actually bracing up to take over as Nigerian Super Eagles head coach. And if you recall, in the last, I think, 2 or 3 videos, I said that the NFF were preparing to announce him this past Wednesday because they felt that this man is the man that they have to appoint, especially judging with their inability to convince all the other coaches, Eric Chile and then Haverina. So they decided that this man is the man that they've been having good conversation with, and he seems like a perfect fit. So they wanted to announce him, but the presidency, through its special task force dedicated to watching or observing the development of the team, what's happening around the Nigerian Super Eagles, they stopped that move. But this man is ready to take up this role, and the report is that he has even gone on to start arranging the members of his backroom staff. And among this backroom staff that he intends to use once he comes on board includes a Nigerian ex-international Super Eagles player. That is what Tom Saintfiet is arranging right now, just in case he gets the job. So he wants a close assistant that already knows the terrain of the Nigerian national team, knows the players, knows the culture, knows basically everything about the team. He wants that person to be next to him as the first assistant senior coach. But it still remains to be seen whether he's going to get the job. Of course, there's a huge responsibility on NFF to try and convince the presidency that this man is the man that fits the profile, the man that should take up that role as the new head coach, disregarding his results with the Philippines national team, because that's been like the major hurdle right now for the presidency. They are not seeing any wins; they're just seeing losses and concession of goals and all of that. So if NFF are able to convince them, then of course the presidency is going to now make way for them to announce this man, and then he comes on board. But again, the fixtures are not waiting for anyone. CAF has already rolled out the dates, venue, fixture, and everything regarding the games that are going to play in September. Of course, we have 2 games in September. If you follow the last video, I talked about that. The first game on the 7th of September against Benin Republic is going to be played at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. Now, I wonder why we continue to use this stadium even after we don't get good results, in this stadium. But again, you cannot blame why they are, putting the games in this stadium, because it's more or less the only stadium that is standard, in this country right now. So, but that's what's happening. The first game in the Godswill Akpabio Stadium against Benin Republic. Second game against Rwanda in Kigali. So, that is the plan right now. The Rwanda game is actually going to be played on the 10th of September. So there's no space very much in between these 2 games, and there's no time at all. So any moment from now, we should even be expecting a call-up for these players. Of course, I did mention in the previous video that the provisional lists had already been sent out to these players, 35 players in total. So these players should be called up very soon. Not the 35 as a whole, but the final 22-25 man list will be called very soon. It's left to see whether Tom Saintfeit is going to be appointed as the new coach so that he comes on board and then oversees the final selection of the 23-25 man players for these coming games. But moving forward, guys, let me let you know about Samuel Chukwueze and his story, his personal story about how his mother did not support his footballing career. Samuel Chukwueze, of course, has been talking a lot lately with the media because of how good he's been performing lately. So everybody's interested in him. The media, everybody's asking a lot of questions because of his newfound popularity due to his form, at AC Milan, especially during this preseason. So, but this man actually took some time to talk about how his mom did not, from the onset, support his career, as a child playing football. Chukwueze said that his mother did not want him to play football as a child, that, he even got punished several times if he decided to go out and play football. And the mother was very brutal with him. Sometimes he would go play football, come back very late in the night, and then his mother would punish him. This happened a lot of times, like consistently, that even one time the mom had to burn his football boots because she didn't want him to play football anymore. The mom was consistently requesting Chukwueze to be serious on his academics, that's where, the future lies for him. That's what he should be concerned about, not playing football. That football is a waste of time. There is nothing that you can achieve with that. All those kinds of things. But then Chukwueze said that he tried to do what his mother said about being serious in academics and forgetting about football forever. But he did that a few days, a few weeks, but he could not quite do it because football was part of his life. It was his God's given ability, and he could not stay away from it entirely. And in the end, we know the whole story. This man is a billionaire in Naira. He earns a lot of money, and is now taking care of his family. He's basically the breadwinner of his family, and of course his mom is eating from that treasure. This is why it's very important for parents to support their children and their God's given talent from a young age, because no one knows tomorrow. No one knows what's going to change the story of the family. So all that the parents need is to support their kids. So long as that thing the child is doing is a good thing, then obviously the parent needs to support the child. And imagine if Chukwueze had stopped playing football, or if the mother successfully stopped him from playing football, it would have been a different reality. Maybe now he wouldn't have been successful as he is playing football. But that's by the way. Moving on to the next story, let's talk about Dominic Solanke, Nigeria's Super Eagles eligible striker, as he has now completed a transfer record fee of £65 million to join Tottenham Hotspur from Bournemouth. So this is definitely a big step for the man. Of course, we know the story. Last season he was in an amazing form for Bournemouth side, actually scoring up to 19 goals in the Premiership alone in 38 appearances. And this is the reason why Tottenham Hotspur moved quickly to sign this man, potentially to replace Harry Kane, who gone last season, and they didn't quite get a replacement for him. Son was carrying all the burdens on his shoulder, but it's good to see that our man Solanke gets the shot at playing at a club that's bigger than Bournemouth. So the deal is already confirmed, the fee, personal term, everything confirmed. So he's going to now undergo a medical and then sign for the club side. It's a here we go deal, according to Fabrizio Romano at this moment. And of course, let's see what the season holds for this young man. Of course, he's still eligible to play for Nigerian Super Eagles. Several weeks ago, he actually made the headline because of his frustration with the Three Lions for being snubbed for the Euro. So he was actually considering switching to play for Nigeria. But that dream still is alive, and then we'll see what happens in the future. That's the update, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, and follow the page on Facebook. Take care of yourselves, and catch you soon.